Hello! We are, I am hoping, live. Hello if you are watching. Yes, here we go. Fingers crossed. I'm just going to wait a little bit to see if anybody arrives in the chat so we can talk. Let me know if you are here. This is the first live stream of 2018, which is quite something. I've got slightly out of the habit, it would appear. But hopefully I'll get back over the next few weeks into my normal sort of every 2 to 3 weeks kind of schedule. That's the plan anyway. Hello Hermia, good to see you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't wear this lipstick very often because it's matte and it's like drying, but I like to wear it with this t-shirt because of the purple. So it's a special occasion, that occasion being the Star Wars t-shirt. But thank you. Have you had a good day? I'm so out of the habit of the live streams. It's good to be back. I had a few weeks off. So yeah, it's nice to be doing them again. And hopefully, I'm not sure, I'll get back into a sort of schedule. I like my schedules. I'm not sure if you've noticed. How are we doing with the stream? It's all good, no dropped frames. Let me know if the sound is okay. Also, is this sound of me doing things with this annoying? Yes, I did have a good day, thank you. Great. Did you? I did have a good day. It was an odd day because I didn't have access to this room for most of it, which meant I couldn't really do much work because the hot water heater outside was being worked on, so I had like the choice of being stuck inside this room or being stuck outside of this room for most of the day, and I decided on the latter, but which was, you know, fine, but I ran out of work. So then I ended up spending quite a lot of the day watching YouTube and watching Critical Role, so felt a bit like I was having a sick day but without the being sick part. But I'm back now. But yes, I did have a good day, not least because it was, you know, just a nice, accidentally relaxing day, because I couldn't get to my computer for most of it. Good choice. What are you crafting? I am crafting Cinderella slippers. Cinderella slippers. Sound is okay. Good. Thank you. Let me know if it deteriorates or anything. But yeah, I'm crafting Cinderella slippers out of this sort of sticky back plastic, which is kind of glittery and silver. And they're going on these white shoes in like little shards. I'm cutting them into shards to sort of stick on these shoes with little gaps in between, so that hopefully it will look like mosaic and kind of like glass slippers. That's the plan. Whether it works or not is another thing, but that's the plan. If it does work, there will be a video. If it doesn't, there will not. Well, there might be if I find another method, but yeah, at the moment I'm just cutting bits of paper out, so it's not an entirely riveting activity for a live stream, but I mean, it's probably a good idea for it not to be too exciting, because then I'll get distracted and I'll just be like silent for ages while I'm doing something important, but I'm just cutting shards out of paper. What questions would you ask George Lucas? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I would need some time to rewatch Star Wars films and ask something specific. But first Shard. What would you ask George Lucas? I'd want to ask about like character, I guess. Do you plan to cosplay Cinderella? Well, I plan on cosplaying a sort of modern Cinderella. The you know, the dress from the film, the Lily James film, is kind of out of my ability range at the minute, but I'm planning on doing like a modern interpretation thing because I have a like blue dress and I'm going to do like the butterfly thing. But yeah, the shoes are the first thing to be happening because they are the least complicated, but it might be a while till the rest of the costume materialises. But I do plan on cosplaying a version of Cinderella, just not the actual film version. Just like a modern interpretation. I'm also doing like a modern interpretation of Sansa Stark, which is also vaguely in the works right now. But I haven't been crafting so much since Christmas. This is pretty much my first crafting session since when I was doing the dragon eggs the other week, but I haven't really been crafting much. But I'm hoping to get back to it, which is good. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I haven't really been making many cosplays since MCM. I just stopped. So yeah, in the next few weeks, I hope to make more progress. I should probably be trying to make sure that I'm doing this in shot, shouldn't I? Because otherwise, it just looks weird. What would be your favourite fictional characters? Because I ask because Sansa Stark and Cinderella are two of mine. So if you have any favourite fictional characters, let me know. Also, does anybody else watch Critical Role? That would be nice to know, because it's my current obsession. Trying to think of questions for George Lucas. I think I'm going to move the chat over here. One moment, because I'm... Yes. That's better. You could do a modern interpretation of Cinderella while using the music of Prokofiev. That would be cool. I might. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the cosplay once I've done it. But yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you. This is probably better because it stops me from turning away and crafting outside of the frame. These questions are hard. I never know how to answer them. Yeah, it's that's a problem. First characters that come to my mind are Buffy and Willow. They're great characters. Trying to think what my favourite... well, my favourite character from Buffy the Vampire Slayer is Oz. I loved Oz. But yeah, I've been putting off making a video about like my 10 favourite fictional characters for literally 4 years because I can't narrow it down to 10 and then I can't also rank them within that 10. We attack the mayor with hummus. Yes. You know what's weird? There's a quote that Drusilla says, which is, look at all the people. Are these nice people? And it has, for some reason, just been a thing that I say regularly, not even at relevant times. Just if there's a silent moment, my brain always ends up thinking, look at all the people. Are these nice people? It's funny how the shows that we watch stick with us in that way. Ooh, have you read Joseph Campbell's books analysing mythology? Some of this stuff influenced Lucas. No, I have not. But shall I add it to the list? Would you recommend them? Because I have the list right here for once. I have the recommendations list right next to me, instead of having to faff around finding it whenever somebody suggests something for me to watch or read or listen to. Joseph Campbell. But that sounds good. I like mythology generally, although I can't say I read much. The last was probably Robert Graves' Greek Myths. That's probably the last book referencing mythology that I read. I do like Robert Graves generally. I, Claudius and Claudius the God are two of my favourite books. I hope, let me know if this rustling gets annoying because I do have something else that I can do instead which might be less noisy. I'm still reading Crime and Punishment, by the way. I'm planning on reviewing it midway through February, so I think it might actually be the time when I'm about to finish Crime and Punishment. It's a big day when I finish Crime and Punishment. But yeah, I've been reading a lot more recently. I've been really happy with that. So I'm thinking that this is the year when I get back to the book club. So if you like my book club videos, they will no longer be sporadic. I am planning to get them back to being monthly, not fortnightly, because there's no way I can do that, but monthly, I think. Oh, I'd watch the J. Campbell videos on the subject of myths. The books are there if you want them. Okay, I'll write this down. So, the J. Campbell videos. Myths. Also, books. In brackets. Cool. I've written that down so when the chat disappears, I will not lose that information. Thank you. Thank you for the suggestion. Did everybody else watch Buffy when it was on originally, or did they... Sorry, I just disappeared off screen. Or did you watch it more recently? Oh, are you going to read Karamazov After Crime and Punishment? I think I'm just going to go to something, I don't know, slightly more, I don't know, slightly different, slightly more modern maybe. I don't know what I'm going to read after Crime and Punishment. I have several... Oh, I got Robert Webb's book for Christmas. I might read that. I think we talked about it in the last live stream. Yeah, I might go to something entirely different after Crime and Punishment. What got you started on YouTube? Well, the Lizzie Bennet Diaries got me into watching YouTube. That's what introduced me to YouTube. And then that got me into watching the Vlogbrothers and other vlog channels, and just recognising that YouTube was not just for, you know, music videos and stuff. But yeah, I can't remember what specifically got me into vlogging. I was already into photography, and I think the more I watched YouTube videos, the more I wanted to also make things. So I think it was kind of more of a gradual, I want to make YouTube videos thing. Whereas me getting into just like watching YouTube was much more of a, like, I went from not knowing about YouTube at all to watching a lot of YouTube videos in a very short space of time. But yeah, the getting myself into making YouTube videos was a lot more gradual. I watched Buffy when it aired and a few times after that. Yeah, me too, I think. Well, I didn't start watching Buffy until season 5, but then I went back and watched the rest after I'd seen season 5, and then I think during season 6 and 7 I was up to date. I think, I'm not entirely sure of the, you know, the timeline, but yeah, pretty much that was it. And then I too have watched them all again. But I haven't watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer for, I don't know, 8 years? Not a single episode. I don't think I've watched an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer for 8 years or so. Which seems... it doesn't feel like it's been that long, but I guess it must be, because I don't think I watched it after I came home from uni at all. So it's funny how these things stick with you when they're like your favourite things when you're growing up. I watched Buffy 2 years ago and kept watching it many times more. It's a good show. I think it's one of those shows that is good at it's rewatchable, and it's very quotable as well. What did you think? Oh, something's gone wrong with my YouTube page. Are we still live? Okay, I think everything's okay. Sorry, I had an issue my end. But I think we're good. Sorry, I was mid-comment read. What did you think of the Emma YouTube series which came on after Pride and Prejudice? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Hi, Green Machine. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Good, I'm live. Good. My window with the live stream ended. You know the wheel of the scroll wheel thing, not the scroll wheel. The I am thinking wheel. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Emma YouTube series. Not as much as the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, but I liked it. And I watched them all. I've watched all the other Pemberley Digital stuff as well. So that was yeah. I am a fan of those, but I haven't watched I haven't watched many web series in the last year or so. I used to watch a lot, but I haven't been watching many. I think maybe because I'm trying to make my own, but I think it could just be a coincidence, to be honest. I don't know how much of these I'm gonna make, but we'll see. We will see. Just check the... If the Vlogbrothers did a new vid series on YouTube, which novel would you choose and why? What would make a good... What would update well? Or something out of copyright. Let's think. The problem is there are so many literary web series that a lot of the ones that I would think of have been done, like Jane Eyre sprung to my mind, but I know there's been a Jane Eyre web series, although I haven't seen it yet. And I know that all of the Jane Austen novels that Pemberley Digital didn't do have been done by other people. So I think it would be quite a feat to find something popular out of copyright that hadn't been done in some form on YouTube. I'm a big fan of all of the Shakespeare web series that have been. So if they ever made a Shakespeare-y type web series, I'd be very interested in that. But again, other people do them, like the Candle Wasters. So I wouldn't really expect the Vlogbrothers to go down that route at all. But it's an interesting question. I'm trying to think what I would do if I were to make a literary inspired web series. I'm not sure. Does anybody else watch web series regularly? Is there anything you'd recommend that's been out in the last year or so that I've missed while I've been away from web series? Ooh, not regularly, but I saw a great old one called, does that say Lido and Ix? Ledo and Ix? I will write it down and then I can look it up later and see how you pronounce it. Cool. Thank you. Yes. Have you watched any booktubers? If so, who would you recommend? A lot of the people I watch... I'm trying to think if I do watch any booktubers. Just pasted in the YouTube link, but I think it was stopped. Oh yeah, it might have been, sorry. Yeah, don't worry, I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll look it up later. Do I watch any booktubers? Oh, no, it's... This message is held for review. show. It was hard for review. I think we're good. I think it's now there in the chat. So I've just realised the chat's going to disappear. So I'm just going to have to copy this link, put it somewhere else. Oops, sorry. One moment. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for the link. I was away from web series about the same amount of time as you. Yeah, it's strange. I go through periods of watching particular kinds of content. Or maybe, I don't know, because I feel like the time when I watched a lot of web series was the time when Pemberley Digital was making a lot of web series. So maybe it's just because I don't, you know, the people I am subscribed to are not making web series, so I'm having to search them out. Maybe that's why I haven't been watching so much recently. Still thinking about booktubers. I don't think I'm subscribed to any booktubers. I'm subscribed to several people who have made book reviews, like Lauren Fairweather, I think, has made book reviews. But, you know, she's not a booktuber. I think the Candle Wasters have a new web series which is coming soon. That should be good. Based on Hamlet. I think it's filming right now. I mean, their web series are probably the only web series that web series, the plural of web series that I have watched in recent years, and Shipwrecked Comedy. I watched their Poe Party, that was good. But yeah, I haven't really been discovering new web series for a while. But I love it as a medium. Have you visited sites to do with Roman Britain? I mean, I definitely have, but I'm trying to think of anything specifically famous. Be right back, out of tea. Okay. See you soon. Let's see. Let's have a look. Oops. Trying to think of anything specific that I will have been to. Because I have a terrible memory and I can't work it out for myself. I've recognised none of these places so far. I mean, I definitely have, but I cannot. Probably. get a bit random, I think, but is there a book that you read that you think is really funny and you recommend? Yes, the first one that springs to mind is Stuart A Life Backwards by Alexander Masters. It's also really, really sad and dramatic, but it's one of the few books that I have read in life where I laughed so much that I cried. So it's the first one that has sprung to mind when you say really funny. But it's also really sad. But it's great. And there was also a drama many years ago with Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Hardy. So if you feel like you have heard of it, then that might be a link. But that's the first one that sprung to mind. What else have I read more recently which I would put in that category? Really funny. A lot of my favourite books have humour in them, but I wouldn't say, read this if you want to read something funny. But yeah, Stuart A Life Backwards is wonderful. Let me look at my shelf. There must be something else that I've read more recently. You get to see the back of my head for a minute while I look. Don't know. I will have a think, and if I think of anything before Phone Friday goes up, I will put it in Phone Friday. But Stuart A Life Backwards. Why mention this book a couple of times when I can mention it 3 or 4 times? Did you go on school tours to historic sites around England? Yes, but it was a long time ago. And it wouldn't have been very far, it would have been very much southeast England. I'm back, yay! Did you get some tea? Do you have tea? You didn't miss much, I just said Stuart A Life Backwards several more times and failed at remembering any historic sites I have been to in school trips. I'm far too old to remember. Got tea. Yay, good. But yeah, I did go on school trips to like historic sites and, museums and things. And the Millennium Dome. Chislehurst Caves. That's the only school trip I can remember. Chislehurst Caves. Did you take fine art in secondary school? No, I took art at GCSE. Hang on, let me work this out. What did I take? Yeah, I took art up to GCSE. I wanted to take art textiles, but there weren't enough people who wanted to do it at GCSE level, so I switched to just plain old art instead. And it was my worst subject. We didn't have a fine art option. I mean, we could have had a fine art option, but if we did, it would have been the same situation as with art textiles, where not enough people wanted to do it. So it, essentially didn't exist. But no, I didn't take fine art. I took plain old art and wasn't very good at it. More of a maths and science person in school. And English, I guess. I took English Lit at A level. I remember only one historic school trip when I was a kid. It feels like I'm forgetting something. Well, I feel like we are in the same boat because I can't remember many trips. I mean, I know that we must have gone on a couple at least every year. You know, in like the early years of school. I don't remember really many when I got to like GCSE and A level because then everybody was doing different subjects, so it would have been a lot. You know, it would have been more complicated. You would have had just only a few people able to go. Have you visited Canterbury? Now we have another part of the live stream, which is Mouse tries to remember if she has visited Canterbury. I mean, my friend went to uni at Canterbury, but I can't remember if I visited her there. I don't think I did, but I might have been to Canterbury. Oh no, I visited the uni. I visited Kent University when I was choosing what uni to go to. So, I think I visited Canterbury, yes. Yeah, I have a terrible memory. I write everything down. I have the bullet journal, which I write everything down in, which never leaves my side because I can't remember anything. It's a lifelong problem. But it's weird because I can memorize things, but I can't remember things. Is it like a different part of your brain that you use to just memorize random stuff than it is to, you know, like remember actual things that have happened to you, whether it be a day ago or 7 years ago? Yeah, different kind of memory. Okay, good. I'm good at the memorizing one. I'm not good at the, you know, actually, what did you do yesterday kind of memory. I don't know. It's very good that I make videos because now I have a way to know that I have done things because I film them and I put them online and I can search in YouTube and work out if I have been somewhere. E.g., you memorize things, but do you remember them? But do you remember when you were committing them to memory? Yes. Good thought. Can't remember. Maths and science and English. Can you do calculus? I can't. I can do calculus. I did it at university. I did a course on calculus at university. Whether I remember this calculus is another problem. But I still have my notes, so I could, in theory, work it out again. I've forgotten my calculus. Yeah, I remember vague things, but I think because I memorized a lot for my exams, I memorized everything. You know, so I think that's why I remember that I have done calculus because I memorized it. I don't know. Memories are strange. Memories are strange. Brains are strange. I don't think calculus was my favourite though. I liked stats more. And like optimization. I did optimization. I liked that because it was just repetitive. I'm about to finish these shards, by the way. It's been a very productive live stream. What is your earliest memory? Oh gosh, you are asking the wrong person. Memories don't actually recall events, they reconstruct them. Sure. So I'm just a poor reconstructor then. What is my earliest memory? She remembers starting this live stream. Barely do I remember starting the live stream. First drawing you did? Oh gosh. Well, the first drawing I did that was good was I drew a Dalek. Hi, by the way. Hello. I drew a Dalek and it was good, and I'm not good at drawing, so I remember that. But obviously it wasn't the first drawing I did, because I would have been about 17. I definitely drew before then. But I can draw Daleks. It's pretty much the only thing I can draw. Right, we've finished the shards for the shoes, but I can't actually do anything with them now because the next part involves like glue and stuff. Here's the lid. Put the lid on the box. What time is it? Got 20 minutes. Yeah, let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about before the end of the live stream. Feel like memory is generally not a good, not a very, not a good subject for me. I did remember the drawing. For earliest memory, I don't know, I remember being on like a bus when I was like 5. That must be early. What's coming up in the channel? Next week I have a favourites video. I'm hoping to have a craft video up soon. When I say soon, I mean like in the next month or so. I don't mean, you know, like in the next week or so. I mean in the next month or so. I'm going to see Hamilton tomorrow, and if I have the opportunity I might review that. What else do I have coming up? I'm hoping to get the book club back. I'm hoping to get the book club back to being monthly. Not fortnightly as it used to be, but monthly. So that would be cool, because I like making book club videos. Ooh, Crash Course on YouTube is starting a new course on stats. You could refresh your memory. I could. I'm subscribed to them as well, so that would be really easy for me to do. Yes, good idea. That would be good. It would be good for me to refresh my memory. I mean, not that I particularly use much maths at the moment, but it would be good. But yeah, my memory definitely needs refreshing. Right, since we have a little bit of time, I'm going to cut out some scales. I've forgotten my stats too. Good. I mean, not good that you've forgotten your stats, but good that I'm not like the only person that just forgets things. But yeah, I feel like maths is quite easy to forget things because it's very specific things that you need to use for like a maths degree or studying maths in any form. So, and you don't come across the context in which you would use those very specific things regularly. Do you like animation movies? Yes. Trying to think of my favourite animation movie. I do like animation. I'm excited about The Incredibles 2. Anybody else got some favourite animations? But yeah, I do like animation. If I were picking like my favourite genres of movies, animation wouldn't be like top 3 or 4, but I do like animation. Talk about what you think of the Fantastic Beasts movie franchise. I mean, I like it well enough, but I don't know. Ooh, Lilo and X is animated. Great. I am excited to look that up. I love The Incredibles so much. Yes, The Incredibles is so, so great. And it's going to be great when the sequel is just going to be fantastic. Has anybody seen Coco, the new Disney animation? Because that looks really good. It's been a while since I've made these scales. I can't quite remember how I do them. Oh well. I liked Toy Story when I was younger a lot. What else? I mean, I watch Arthur Christmas every Christmas. That's an animation. It's my favourite Christmas movie. My favourite Christmas movie is Arthur Christmas. What's your favourite Disney animation movie? Lion King? Probably. Probably The Lion King. I do like Enchanted of the more recent, you know, the more recent animations. Whoops. Trying to I read my The Jungle Book is probably the Disney animation that I've watched the most, just because it was the one that I had when I was a kid. So I'd say that that's probably top 3 there. Do you like the second Lion King? Yes, I do. I think it's really good. I don't have it, so I've only watched it once. My friend who I lived with had it at uni, so I saw it then. And is there a Lion King 3 as well? Because if there is, I think I saw that as well. Oh, mine is Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is the one that I haven't seen, despite having a little Stitch right there. Although I won that at MCM. But that's the one I have to see. I have to see that. Problem with Disney films is, unless I buy them, I tend not to see them because they're not on TV that much. I know, it's shameful, isn't it, that I haven't seen Lilo and Stitch? I mean, when was it out though? Because, I mean, I didn't go to the cinema for quite a long time. So it might have been in that pocket of time when I didn't see films very much. You should watch Lilo and Stitch, it's adorable. I know, I have to. I'm putting it on the list. I mean, it's already on my list of films I have to see, but maybe if I put it on, you know, the recommending list, I'll get to it sooner. Because I agree that it's stupid that I haven't seen it. We'll see. We will see. Oh, I think I watched an Excalibur animated movie, but I don't know which one. I don't think I've seen one. There must be many. Yes, I would. There probably are many. I'm not sure in the early 2000s. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that wasn't in the pocket of time when I wasn't really seeing films, so I have no excuse. I have no excuse for not having seen Lilo and Stitch. I'll get to it. I will get to it. Somehow. Whoops. I now have two. I have a sad face cup with little offcuts of craft foam in, and I have a happy face cup with dragon scales in, and I keep putting them in the wrong cups. That was a fun story. Isn't it on Netflix? Not on my Netflix. There aren't really many Disney films on Netflix, maybe because they're doing their own streaming platform thing. But no, I don't think it is. I mean, I'll check after this in case it is and I've just missed it for ages, but I don't think it's on UK Netflix. But if anybody knows for sure, then let me know, because that would obviously be the most easy way for me to see it. What's happening? Okay, everything's good. Everything's good. Feels like it's been ages since my last live stream. I mean, it's been a few weeks. I mean, it was 2017, but I got out of the habit. Nearly a month. Yeah, so that is slightly more than usual. I think I sort of vaguely got in, I kind of got into the habit of having a live stream every 3 weeks. So I think I'm going to try and get back to that, because, you know, I quite like these. If I were a tourist, what are the best places to see in southeast England outside of London? Ooh, outside of London. I love Sheffield Park, which is a National Trust place, and it's not in Sheffield, but it's an excellent garden and park and woodland. I've been there multiple times and I've filmed there a lot, so you can probably find some videos of it on my channel if you want to see what it looks like. Sheffield Park Gardens. Trying to think what else. I visit quite a lot of National Trust places, so I feel like you can't go wrong with any National Trust place in southeast England, because I've probably been to most of them and enjoyed them all. There were some nice castles, like Leeds Castle. Southeast England. You go to the coast. Trying to think if there's any like museums or something that I would recommend, but most of the museums I love are in London, so I don't think that would be helpful. But southeast England is nice, although I am biased. We're doing good, we're doing good. I'm going to close this off in the next few minutes, so let me know if there's anything you really want me to talk about before I go. Tomorrow is Hamilton Day. It is finally the day when I go and see Hamilton, and I can't wait. It has been so long that I have been waiting to see it. I'm just going to be like in tears throughout. I cannot wait. Anybody got any plans over the next few days, over the weekend maybe? So that's my plan. No plans really. Oh, exams mostly on my part. Oh, good luck with your exams. I don't miss exams. What are your exams in? I wish you lots of luck with your exams. Yeah, I don't have many plans for the weekend. I want to make some things. That's my general plan. Exams. Yes, I too feel of that. Think of that angry, sad face. I didn't mind exams, it's writing papers that I hated. I mean, that is true. I disliked coursework far more than I disliked exams, mainly because of the whole me being able to memorise stuff for exams. Mostly calculating values. Ooh, good luck. Good luck. Yeah, in my last year of uni, you got a choice of whether you did like a little dissertation or whether you took an entire other course and did an exam. And I chose to take an entire other course and do an exam because I didn't fancy having to write a dissertation. And that was the right decision for me, I think, because pretty much everybody else did dissertations and it just didn't seem like it was fun. Okay, what are your recs for London? Have fun at Hamilton. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very, very excited. The museums in South Kensington are really great. The Science Museum, the Victoria and Albert Museum, and the Natural History Museum. Also, Shakespeare's Globe is great, and the new season looks, the new season in summer and winter as well. So I'd recommend that. Generally, the theatre's good and you can get relatively cheap tickets. Oh, I have to go now, so have fun watching Hamilton tomorrow. Bye, Lilac. Thanks for coming. Been good chatting with you. Yeah, I'll be leaving soon as well. Just gonna finish some scales. Greenwich is cool. Greenwich is really great, especially the market. And just the South Bank in general is nice. Walking along the South Bank, you can find lots of great stuff. Go to all the public squares. Yes. I think generally just exploring London is part of the fun. There's always something to see. No, you're not bad. Not bad. I have to leave too. Have fun this weekend. Bye. Bye, Hermia. Thanks for coming. And yeah, I hope you have a great weekend. Cool. We did it. We did some dragon scales. Yeah, so I'm going to sign off. So thanks for joining me in this live stream. Sorry about the rustling from the constant cutting of shards of paper. But yeah, it's been good to get back to live streaming because it felt strange to be away from it for a while. And yeah, hopefully the next one won't be too far in the future. Be sometime in February. Yes, so I hope you all have a great rest of the week and a great weekend. My next video will probably be on Friday, and then I have a couple of other videos planned for next week, but we will see. Yes, and where are we? Oops. I hope you have a great rest of the evening. I'm going to watch Would I Lie to You and then watch some more Critical Role because I am obsessed. So yes, have a great rest of the day and yeah, see you soon.